Hi, this is Rima from Mass Effect Odyssey, and today I'm going to be discussing a fun little theory by myself that's been floating around the internet for the last couple of years regarding BioWare's most successful titles, Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Now, you may be asking, what is this theory? Well, it's a theory that Mass Effect and Dragon Age actually are in the same universe. Now, there is some evidence to go along with this, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through it quickly, and then after this you can decide for yourself whether you actually believe it to be true. So here we go. Number 1. There are several oddly placed statues in both the games. There's a Darkspawn ogre statue located in the vault during the events of Kasumi's DLC in Mass Effect 2, and there are Krogan busts in the Elysian Winter Palace in Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, they could just be Easter eggs, but if you take them as canon, it implies something quite interesting. For one, someone in the Mass Effect universe created or found a Darkspawn ogre statue, and two, more interestingly, there are Krogans running around Thetis to be hunted and displayed as trophies. Number 2. Some people have pointed out the moon of Thetis is huge, so massive that it takes up large proportions of the sky, which is very much unlike how a moon would appear. So people have thought maybe Thetis itself is actually a moon that orbits a planet. In Mass Effect 1 you can encounter a moon called Pressrop that has a planet that it orbits called Klendagon. Now Pressrop has a skyline very similar to Thetis, where Klendagon and the moon of Thetis take up very large proportions of the sky and have very similar scarring. Pressrop, however, is apparently barren and doesn't seem to support any life at all. But this is very unlike how Thetis appears. But this could be explained by the fact that maybe Mass Effect took place long after Dragon Age. The scarring on the surface of Klendagon, according to the Mass Effect Codex, happened around 32 million BCE, and we know the events of the Mass Effect took place around maybe 2180 CE, so Dragon Age theoretically could have happened any point in between this time. Number 3. In Dragon Age Inquisition, you can find codexes named The Healer's Notes at Redcliffe's Crossroads that seem to kind of mimic Mordin Solus. Now, an example includes Low on Elfruit, send girl out tomorrow to gather more, send village boy with her, fighting closer. Now, there are pages and pages of this stuff, but they kind of seem to mimic Mordin Solus's kind of pitter-patter style. Number 4. The inclusion of the Blood Dragon armor, the official armor of the Edmonton Blood Dragons in the Mass Effect universe. It's more likely a reference to BioWare than anything else, but it does show that dragons still have a mythological significance in the Mass Effect universe. Number 5. It's a very minor point, but the shades in Dragon Age 2 look suspiciously like the Geth from Mass Effect. Number 6 regards the Trespasser DLC for Dragon Age Inquisition, which I'm not going to ruin at all, but regarding Cole's kind of obscure references to Mass Effect. Now, you can encounter Cole outside the tavern, outside the Winter Palace, and he makes some very, very interesting references that could reference some obscure characters in the Mass Effect universe. So I'm going to break down some of the few of the quotes, and then kind of explain some of the backstories. Quote number 1. It always had a soul. The question is the answer. Now, this could be thought as a reference to Legion, who always asks, does this unit have a soul? Quote number 2. He died in the darkness so a blue rose could bloom. Now, this could be thought as a reference to Char the Krogan, who died fighting Rachni as part of Grunt's team in Mass Effect 3. He leaves a letter to Nasari on the Citadel, which you can kind of deliver to her. But the note states, O blue rose of Ilium, if these humble words reach you, then I have joined my ancestors. Quote number 3 is, it was the same boy, his mother on the ship, his father on their homeland. He grew up lonely, or didn't. This has been seen as a reference to Jonah, a Quarian whose mother died on the Alarai during the events of Tali's loyalty mission in Mass Effect 2, and his father who you encounter dying on Vanek in Mass Effect 3. Quote number 4. She killed the girl to save herself. She thinks about the eyes going black. A weapon is an order, not a gift. This is in reference to an Asari you encounter in Herta Memorial, who is suffering from PTSD, who encountered Joker's sister Hilary on Tiptree. She was forced to kill her to protect herself from a banshee. Back to the evidence, the Maker. Now, the Maker is a term used as a reference to God in Dragon Age. It's a term that's used really, really commonly in terms such as Maker be with you, Maker be with us, and it's used as a blessing by the Chantry. Now, Mass Effect also has the term Maker. On Eden Prime, you encounter a colonist who thanks the Maker when you save her. Now, the term the Maker is commonly used as a replacement for Creator or God in sci-fi games, so it's just an interesting term to be used. Now, all of these little Easter eggs could just be that, little Easter eggs or winks by the developers, but maybe these worlds could exist in the same universe. Possibly Dragon Age occurred a long time in the past, and maybe it was a possible past cycle that was wiped out by the Reapers, but it might be possible that Dragon Age and Mass Effect are actually occurring simultaneously. Now, Dragon Age has already made it canon that different dimensions occur. For example, the Fade. The Fade exists alongside the waking world, just separated by the Veil. However, shadows from the Fade sometimes leak into the world, and that can happen quite often, for example, the Breach. Now, is it that crazy to believe that maybe these worlds are occurring together and just in different dimensions, with a piece of each of the universe sometimes slipping through? So maybe Shepard's dreams are similar to how Solus walks in the Fade, and maybe there's an alluvion maybe connecting both these worlds together. So whether it's a collection of Easter eggs or it's an actual connection, it's fun to see how much effort BioWare has made to actually link their worlds together. We want to give props to Kotaku, Fluffy Ninja Llama, and the Geek Remix on The Escapist for having some really interesting evidence on this. If you want to check out any of these, they will all be in the links in the description below. Thank you for watching this, and if you want to support the channel, please share this video, and for more videos like this, please subscribe. Thank you again, and may Maker be with you.